What's the message this week? Obviously coming off kind of a bit of a disappointing trip, but an opportunity to rectify things against two top teams.
Well, another opportunity against two really good teams at home. Our kids keep battling and fighting, and the attitudes have been good. Practice was really good today. Chris, you were out there. Practice looked good today. So, I think our kids are still upbeat. I know we are as coaches, just trying to find a way to get a win. But this will be the 6th and 7th straight top 20 opponents. And, in a season where it's been a struggle for us at times, it's not any easier. But we're going to do our best this week.
You knew how good Juju Watkins was going into that first game. Seeing her in person, what was it like?
Oh, she's an excellent player, no question about it. I thought we did a really good job on her. I think she had 17 points on 18 or 19 attempts. So I think we did our job. We didn't do anything really different. We just made sure that everybody knew that when she was in their areas, and just focus on that a little bit. We actually played quite well down there. And had a chance to win that game and then just didn't. And actually Juju made a couple of plays down the stretch. We'd held her in check for the most part, but then she made a couple of game-winning plays.
How could maybe not having Sophia this week impact some of that, though? Just her ability to match up on someone like that.
Yeah, that's a great point. I think Sophia is a difficult matchup for anybody. She can match Juju's length. She actually played against her in high school. I watched that game in Portland last year. It hurts not having her with us. And, so it just means everybody else will have to be on point. But, she's going to get her points if she wants. I think she showed that at Stanford. If she's on a roll and gets heated up, there's not a whole lot you can do, quite frankly. She's great in transition, shoots with range, and plays with supreme confidence. We just want to make her be as least efficient as possible. If she gets 28 on us, okay, but let's make her shoot 30 times. So, but it's a fun challenge. I know our players are excited for.
Without Sophia, you kind of fiddled with the two guard in the starting lineup. You feel like Ula is sort of holds on to that, or is that kind of still up for debate going throughout the weeks, or where?
Yeah. Well, we started Ula in the last game, not necessarily because she hit 4 threes against Colorado, but she does defensively what we ask her to do. She doesn't do more than she's capable, and she can make the three. We give up a little bit of length. If we went with Priscilla, you're talking somebody 6'2" as opposed to 5'8", 5'9", but her ability to shoot the three gives Philly and Grace and those kids inside a little bit more room to operate. So, she's earned it. She's earned it, and we'll keep her in there at least for foreseeable future.
Defense has been a huge strength of this team through conference play, but last weekend was a little tough in that regard. Do you sort of attribute that to the loss of Sophia, or just things kind of getting away from you?
All of the above, yeah. Not having Sophia, I think, does hurt because she is our best defender. She can defend a bunch of different positions, and sometimes she defends all the positions in the same possession. She's just that kind of hard worker. So, yeah, that's part of it. The other part is, I think, second time you see teams, now they know what we can do. We've kind of stuck with that zone. For us to be able to play big, we have to stay in the zone. We can't have Philly and Kennedy out chasing people on the perimeter. It's just not going to work. And then it also keeps them in the rebounding position. But I think there was a variety of things against Colorado. Utah, we had some spurts where we didn't play well. But I think overall we played okay. Colorado, we just kind of died. I think the altitude was part of it. A really good team was part of it. And then when they got on a roll, that basket looks bigger and bigger and bigger. So it was just a variety of things.
What's kind of the message to get back to, what the defense looked like before last weekend?
Yeah, just, we just got to keep grinding. That's the main thing. Against Utah, we come back, cut it to 4. Was that 4th or 3rd? I don't. Mid-third. And and then when they go on that other run, you can see the body language change. Like, oh, here we go again. And we've just got to get them out of that, We just don't have much of a margin for error. We don't. And so we've got to all kind of be playing well, for really close to 40 minutes if we expect to beat some of these teams. And, so all we can do is just stay positive and keep working. And I think our players, for the most part, still believe, that we can win. And, we've got 4 of our final 6 at home. I believe that there's not one game out of the 6 that we can't win, right? Now, are we going to put ourselves in a position to do so? Well, it remains to be seen. But I think we believe as coaches, and I think our players believe. Now we just got to go do it, for crying out loud.
Has there been an update on Sophia? From last week you said it looked like maybe she might miss it. Is the same?
Yeah, I think Sophia's done for the year. I truly do. But I don't know. She's worked, she's rehabbing. She's not with the team during practice because she's in doing her own workouts in the pool and things like that. But, she's still in that boot. And as long as they're in a boot, that means they're not putting weight on their foot. And so that's, we're looking at best 2 weeks. Right. Well, we only have 3 weeks left in the regular season. So that's just my guess. So plan for the worst, hope for the best.
How's she kind of handled that? Obviously, young player, those injuries can kind of really, do a number on that.
Yeah, she seems upbeat. She still contributes. She's still a good team member in terms of talking to the other players, and it's just unfortunate. These injuries, you just feel so bad for them. Obviously it hurts the team, but that's the least important part. You feel for the young people when they get hurt. But it also makes you appreciate every moment that you do have, You have to be glad that you're out there and enjoy the time that you are in the court because you never know when it's going to be taken away.
Where does it rank for personal points of pride for you seeing you're going to have multiple former players in Paris this summer?
Yeah, I'm happy you mentioned that. Yeah, to see the Sabalis help Germany get to their first ever Germany Olympic Games. It was amazing. We all watched the game when we were down in Salt Lake. That was a more important game than the Super Bowl to everybody except for Chris. But yeah, that was neat. Obviously, Maite, they're mainstays in the Olympics, but to see her be such an important part of their team, and then Sabrina, my guess is she's going to make the team, but helped us qualify for it anyway. That's really neat. And then, even, Angela Dugalich only played 1 year here, but I'm really proud of her. We've stayed in touch, and she has no ill will, even neither do we. And so she also qualified for Serbia. It's pretty neat. And then on a personal note, Sunny Greinacher, a young lady that I coached at Gonzaga, who has Eugene ties. She was here as a freshman or a sophomore in high school and helped Willamette win a state championship. They went undefeated. She was state player of the year several years ago, and now she's also on that German team. So it's pretty neat to personally see that. I wasn't planning on going to Paris, but I think I might have to now. I mean, why wouldn't you? To see all these former Ducks. Pretty cool.
It's a work trip.
It's a work trip. Now help me find a place to stay. My guess is there's no hotel rooms, and the Airbnbs might be a little limited too. But it might be worth it. Thanks for bringing that up. That's pretty special.